All right. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. I'm doing a quick video here to go over the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. At this point in time, I believe that if someone wanted a foldable device and they wanted to get one relatively cheap, that this device is the go-to for you. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. I've been utilizing this device for a few months now. I got this device brand new for about $800. I believe that most people are going to find this device under $1,000, whether brand new or used, at least for the 256 gig model. Once you start going to the 512 or other things like that, or maybe some more obscure variants or whatever, then you might be looking at a little bit of a higher price tag. But generally speaking, I wouldn't pay more than maybe $1,000 for this device. Samsung has done a great job with its implementation and how it's optimized its software on this device. It's gotten a lot better from the two. I did have the two separated from my YouTube channel before I started it. I had the two for a little while, ended up selling it. One of the premier things that kept me from keeping the two was the battery life. So the battery life on this device has gotten a lot better. One thing that I've done in order to maintain my battery life was to lower or keep the screen at an auto brightness. So although I have it at full resolution, you can knock that down to 1080p, but I kept mine at full resolution, and only thing I did was change the auto brightness on it. The auto brightness on it has helped it maintain a battery life that should most likely get me around through the entirety of the day. So because of that, it's made it a great device. It's made it a great, nice big phablet. And just having the ability to open up that display, I think, is worth it. It definitely changes the experience of how you utilize your phone and utilize your devices. So let's go over the lack of accessories. That's one thing that you're going to have to invest heavily in, is accessories whenever it comes to a foldable device. Because we don't have access to the Xiaomi's or the Huawei's or the Vivos, at least via carrier stores, you're kind of stuck utilizing the Samsung device, at least until other manufacturers start making their devices. I don't find that to be a problem because I believe that they're pulling out all the stops. One thing that those other devices don't have is the S Pen. So just having the ability to have the S Pen, it doesn't work on the outer screen display. It only works on the inner screen display. That's something that I do think that they can fix and maybe do an update on for the next iteration, is to have a device that also allows you to use it on the outer screen display. The camera system it's a slightly older camera system, is what some people like to say or use as an excuse. I don't think it's a valid excuse. It does shoot okay pictures, but at times it can kind of do a little bit of smearing with some of the background detail and have some focus issues, at least on my unit. That's what I've been experiencing. Other than that, as long as I take my time and I steady the shot, I can get a very good photo with this device. I don't even deal with this inner display there, so I wouldn't necessarily tell anybody to buy this device for that reasoning. But the fact that you can utilize the main camera system here and still be able to use the front screen as a viewfinder is a plus. So at the end of the day, I'd say just get rid of that in-display camera altogether, because really it's not really necessary on a device like this. You want to maximize on that screen real estate as much as possible. That's the reasoning for buying a foldable device. So just having the ability to utilize that software with the S Pen and the way Samsung has implemented that is a bonus and is a plus for me. Been using this phone for maybe about 3 months now, and that's usually when a Samsung device starts to show its wear, starts to show its tear a little bit, start getting that battery drain, start getting that degradation in some aspects. But with my device, with my unit, I've just had no issues whatsoever, no problems at all. Um, I do think that this should be a focus for people that are looking for a fold. Now, if you have the previous models and you can trade that up, Samsung does have one of the best trade-in deals that you'll find on the market. If you can trade this device in for, $8, $9, $1,000, which is what the resale units or even the new units in some cases are selling for, then do so and go ahead and get you the 4. No problem. The only differences that I've truly seen in it is that the 4 will most likely have better cameras, and it's a little bit shorter the long way. If y'all were to hold it in this orientation, the fold's like a smidge shorter, but it has less bezel, especially in the front here. Those are the only real differences that I noticed. Nothing too major. Let's go ahead and take a quick snapshot of something here. I have my little Android unit here. I'm going to take a quick shot, and this is just going to be a quick snap photo. All right. Let me show this to you guys. So if you take a look at this, you're going to get some detail. You can see the little dust buildup on my little Android guy there. Colors are pretty accurate. So as I said, as long as you're in good lighting conditions, you'll get pretty good photos. Guy's dusty, you gotta clean him off. You'll get pretty good photos, but in more lower light conditions, the camera kind of struggles a little bit. And with all the devices coming out now that are really taking really good low light shots, we got the Huawei Mate 50, you got the Xiaomi 12S Ultra, and plethora of other devices, the Google Pixels, the iPhones. They're really digging in deep and really utilizing the software in order to take the best optimized photo, especially in low light conditions. So Samsung as well is implementing that. They just didn't bring it to the Z Fold 3 and optimize that very well with the camera system. But no problems for me, at least. I'm not a photo junkie. I'm not someone that takes tons and tons of photos. However, I do like to record videos, and I will report to you that recording videos on this device has been smooth. You'll notice a handful of videos on my channel that have been recorded with the Z Fold 3. So that's about it, guys. I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on how I felt about this device so far with my usage. And again, Samsung is one of the best in the game when it comes to trade-in value, so I will not fault anyone for trading in this device going into a 4. However, if for whatever reason you don't have a Fold device and you're looking to get into the game, then I do recommend getting the Z Fold 3 because it is a great device to have, especially if you can find it brand new for under $1,000. That'll be all for today. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Go feel free to subscribe and or ask any questions that you might have for me. This year for me has been a great pickup year for devices really on the budget. Tech seems to age pretty fast in the game. So, 9 times out of 10, being able to find a device half off from, roughly 8 to 9 months ago, a lot of times, sometimes even shorter than that, so maybe like 6 months ago, to get a device nearly half off is such a blessing. So if you guys can take advantage of some of those things going on out there, some of these trade-in deals as we enter into the holiday season, please do so and subscribe. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day.